The strike from this reptile rises like a cold verdict from the ground. With no warning and no room to recover, it forces the opponent into immediate disarray. Each movement is brief, sharp, and precise, leaving almost no margin for error. A single misstep is enough to unravel the entire balance. When venom becomes a weapon of silence, what limits can still stand against such a strike? Snakes do not dominate through size, but through a lean and remarkably efficient hunting system. From rainforests to wetlands, more than 4,000 species have evolved strikes that are both rapid and highly precise. With a reach extending over 1/3 of their body length, venom becomes a survival tool that helps conserve energy. Within the ecological balance, they continue to regulate prey populations as highly refined evolutionary architects. Under the scorching desert sun, the rattlesnake is not just a predator. It is a masterpiece of natural engineering. Reaching over 4 feet in length, it is equipped with highly sensitive heat-sensing pits, capable of detecting even the slightest temperature shifts from nearby animals. Its most formidable tool is a pair of hollow fangs, ready to deliver venom in just 1/10 of a second, faster than a human blink. The tension rises as the silent hunter closes in on a group of unaware kittens. But when the mother cat appears, the pursuit turns into a direct and high-stakes confrontation. The snake lifts its body and vibrates its tail at an astonishing rate of up to 90 times per second, producing a clear warning sound. In response, the mother cat relies on exceptional agility, evading rapid strikes in fractions of a second before delivering swift, repeated swipes to drive the intruder back. Elsewhere across the grassland, the roadrunner takes a different approach, engaging with risk through speed. Capable of reaching up to 20 miles per hour, it makes sharp directional changes that neutralize the snake's attack in an instant. The advantage of venom quickly fades against the refined reflexes of these high-speed specialists. As the rattling sound fades into silence, the balance of the land is restored. In this desert, maternal instinct and the drive for survival stand as the final stronghold. Across the African savanna, authority is not always defined by size. The black mamba emerges as a figure of speed, reaching lengths of up to 14 feet and turning the surrounding space into a field of intense pressure. Rather than retreating, this reptile displays a strong territorial instinct, raising its body to face even the largest predators at eye level. The tension escalates when a lion unintentionally crosses its boundary. The mamba does not withdraw. It transforms stillness into a precise, rapid advance, reaching speeds of up to 12 miles per hour. Hidden within its dark mouth is a powerful neurotoxin. Even a small amount can quickly disrupt the lion's coordination. Under this biological effect, the lion begins to lose smooth control of its movement, creating a chain reaction that disrupts its balance. Faced with this reality, the pride quickly chooses to guide its young away. This swift retreat is not a sign of weakness, but a calculated survival response to a threat that cannot be countered directly. Here, survival is not defined by pushing to the end, but by recognizing the signals and respecting the limits set by nature. In the humid forests of Asia, the king cobra reigns as the longest venomous snake on Earth, reaching lengths of up to 18 feet. A single bite can carry enough venom to bring down a target weighing as much as 1,200 pounds. Yet that power is challenged by the mongoose, a much smaller animal equipped with natural resistance and lightning-fast reflexes of just 0.02 seconds. The clash intensifies the moment the distance closes. The king cobra rises high and launches precise strikes with relentless pressure. In response, the mongoose slips aside with remarkable accuracy, forcing the snake to keep rotating in search of an opening. In this contest of timing and precision, if the target cannot be controlled, the king's endurance begins to drain with every breath. The confrontation often ends in a tense chase, as the king cobra gradually tires after a series of missed strikes. Yet the harshest truth of nature is written into its very name: snake eater. The king cobra does not hesitate to confront large pythons, using venom to reduce the resistance of a powerful opponent. When food grows scarce, it may even turn to hunting its own kind to maintain energy. This is a stark survival strategy, where the stronger force rewrites the rules through instinct alone. Here, survival leaves no room for hesitation. It belongs to the one that controls rhythm and timing. Beneath the slow-moving waters of the eastern United States, the king snake appears like a ghost at the surface. It does not hunt by sight, but through an extremely sensitive Jacobson's organ, capable of tracing chemical particles within a range of 12 inches. In the dark world beneath flat stones, this becomes a tracking system of remarkable precision. Its preferred target is crayfish during the molting cycle, a process that takes place every 3 to 4 weeks. At that moment, the hard chitin shell that normally serves as an almost impenetrable defense temporarily becomes less protected. The king snake waits patiently for the instant that natural shield begins to fade, then moves in with a well-timed bite that turns defense into exposure. But this hunter does not stop there. As it leaves the rock crevices and moves into shallow water, it also targets unsuspecting frogs. Here, the king snake reveals its muscular strength, applying constriction pressure of up to 180 millimeters of mercury, greater than the peak blood pressure of most mammals, quickly reducing the target's ability to respond. This mechanical ambush unfolds so quickly that the line between safety and danger is reduced to a matter of moments. Here, there is no room for delay. Survival belongs to the one that reads the signals correctly and acts at the exact moment the opponent is least prepared. On the isolated island of Fernandina, an uneven struggle begins the moment life takes shape. Newborn marine iguanas, measuring just 8 inches in length, must face a dangerous maze set by hungry racer snakes. Under the intense heat of 110 degrees Fahrenheit, the black volcanic rocks become a harsh arena where the smallest creatures must outrun high-speed predators to survive. The moment a young iguana emerges, the silence is broken. Racer snakes surge from the rocks like moving cords, reaching speeds of up to 10 miles per hour. The pressure builds as dozens of predators converge from all directions with lightning-fast reflexes. In this confined space, every step forward becomes a test of survival. A single loss of momentum can allow the encirclement to close, bringing the escape to an abrupt stop. But if the young iguana manages to reach the steep rock faces, the pursuit quickly loses its advantage. As the chase fades behind it, the small survivor completes the first trial of its life. Across dry grasslands, a small animal weighing around 30 pounds often enters confrontations that many others would avoid. This is the honey badger, an animal known for its resilience, endurance, and its refusal to back down in the face of danger. Its opponent this time is a cobra, a species that carries one of the most potent venoms in the wild. As the snake raises its body, displaying the presence of a skilled predator, the honey badger moves in to meet it directly. Despite having skin nearly 1/4 inch thick, tough like protective armor, it still faces rapid strikes aimed at disabling its response. In a brief moment of miscalculation, venom is delivered, causing the small animal to lose mobility and remain inactive for nearly 2 hours. Yet the encounter is not over. The honey badger's unique immune system gradually neutralizes the toxic proteins, allowing it to regain movement and continue the unfinished pursuit. Here, even the most potent venom gives way to a refined survival mechanism. And victory does not always belong to the one with the most dangerous weapon, but often to the one that endures the longest. Across the sun-scorched sea of grass, a confrontation unfolds in a way even the lion did not anticipate. Each attempt to impose control is pushed back, and every surge forward begins to slip beyond its command. Within only a few brief moments, the familiar authority of the hunter meets a resistance that refuses to yield. When the target does not run, the balance of the encounter no longer belongs to the lion alone. Across the sunburned sands of the Serengeti, there exists a creature often called the swordsman of the desert. The oryx does not run. It stands its ground. With a body weight of around 450 pounds, this antelope carries a formidable long-range defense system. A pair of dual horns reaching about 4 feet in length, sharply pointed and harder than ordinary bone. The encounter begins in the breathless stillness of land, nearing 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Two young lions, short on experience but full of boldness, attempt to challenge the balance of the food chain. As the distance closes, the oryx shows no hesitation. It lowers its center of gravity, turning its horns into an unbreakable barrier. At the moment the lions press their pressure from behind, the oryx delivers a precise horn sweep with the accuracy of a master fencer. The force of that motion is enough to shatter any attempt at dominance, forcing the inexperienced hunters to reconsider what defines a target. At this fragile boundary, survival does not rely on teeth and claws alone, but on unwavering discipline. The oryx does not stand its ground merely to endure. It stands to defend the dignity of a creature shaped by one of the harshest lands on Earth. Do not be misled by the stillness of a rhinoceros, as it stands among the most heavily armored giants of the savanna. With a body mass reaching up to 5,000 pounds and skin nearly 2 inches thick, this animal carries a biological defense system that is extremely difficult to penetrate. Its muscular strength can generate enough force to push back even a full-grown African buffalo in a single clash. Under normal conditions, the difference in size and a keratin horn exceeding 20 inches create a barrier that discourages any approach from predators. However, when food becomes scarce, lions are forced into high-risk tests of their limits. The tension peaks when a pregnant rhinoceros becomes restricted in movement after getting stuck in mud. 3 lions begin to tighten their formation, using the situation to search for an opening. But when the instinct to protect its lineage is triggered, a surge of power emerges. With remarkable effort, the rhinoceros breaks free from the mud and immediately reasserts control through powerful charges driven by sheer mechanical force. Faced with this explosive momentum, the formation collapses, and those that took the risk are forced to withdraw from the dangerous path of impact to preserve their survival. In the harsh heart of the savanna, the stripes across a zebra's body are not merely a mark of nature, but a highly effective visual disguise. Behind what may seem like a fragile appearance stands a body weighing up to 700 pounds, carrying enough strength to turn it into a dangerous opponent rather than simply a pursued target. When the chase reaches speeds of nearly 40 miles per hour, the life or death moment shifts from a contest of speed to the precision of reflexes. At the exact instant the hunter commits its weight to the final pounce, the zebra activates its ultimate defense. A powerful rear kick delivering force close to 3,000 pounds per square inch, enough to change the course of an entire hunt. In the natural world, an error measured in mere millimeters can mark the boundary between an ending and a new chance to survive. Yet survival instinct reaches its highest intensity at the edge of motherhood. When a young one is threatened, the mother does not retreat. She turns back and stands firm, like a living barrier between danger and the final hope of her lineage. A rapid series of defensive kicks becomes more than a mechanical reaction. It is the strongest expression of the will to live. All of it reveals a simple truth. Within the harsh cycle of survival, the greatest strength is the power of motherhood. On the savanna, energy is the most valuable currency of all, and the African wild dog stands among its greatest managers. Even at only 70 pounds, it achieves a remarkable hunting success rate of 80%. Instead of gambling on high-risk collisions, these hunters rely on a draining style of pressure, wearing down opponents through agility and a highly intelligent control of pace. This encounter becomes a test between solitary power and collective strategy. As the lioness attempts to assert her position, the wild dogs respond with a carefully measured campaign of energy depletion. Capable of sustaining speeds of 37 miles per hour over long distances, they rotate pressure continuously to erode their opponent's advantage. Against such a flexible, multi-layered system, even a predator weighing 400 pounds must carefully consider the cost of confrontation. The decision of larger predators to withdraw is not a sign of weakness, but an acknowledgement of a smarter form of energy management. Within the cycle of survival, the intelligence of the pack once again proves its place, bringing the encounter to a close with the quiet authority of those who understand how to control the game. Beneath the murky currents of Africa's rivers lies an invisible boundary that even the most confident predators rarely dare to cross. This is the domain of the hippopotamus, a living fortress weighing up to 4,000 pounds. Behind its seemingly calm presence stands a defense system shaped to overwhelm any challenger through sheer mass and raw momentum. When a lion approaches the water's edge, the encounter immediately turns into a question of survival physics. The hippopotamus rises from the water with tremendous force, using its size and the pressure of the surrounding current to drive the intruder back. With a bite force reaching about 1,800 pounds per square inch and tusk-like teeth measuring up to 18 inches, every movement delivers a clear message of territorial authority. Faced with such overwhelming mechanical power, retreat becomes the only sensible choice. As intense heat drains the region's water sources, competition for space grows sharper than ever. Leaving its watery stronghold, the hippopotamus reveals an unexpectedly capable presence on land to maintain control of its territory. Any approach is pushed back by a defensive range that extends in nearly every direction, displaying explosive strength. In this way, the ruler of the rivers reasserts order and continues the story of survival across the savanna. Unlike most carnivorous species, the world of the spotted hyena operates under a strict matriarchal system. Dominant females, weighing up to 190 pounds, lead the clan through territorial campaigns. Their long-standing rivals are lion prides, the force that holds supreme authority across the savanna. When the sounds of a successful hunt carry through the grasslands, the hyenas do not choose a direct confrontation. Instead, they establish a calculated, multi-layered encirclement strategy. By dividing into smaller groups and taking turns applying pressure, the hyenas force the lions to keep shifting their focus. With a bite force reaching around 1,100 pounds per square inch, they use every brief opening in time to break control over the prize. After about 20 minutes of constant spatial pressure, the lion's energy reserves gradually begin to reach a critical point. Against an opponent with greater endurance and superior numbers, withdrawal becomes the tactical choice to preserve strength. This is a clear demonstration that raw individual power must sometimes yield to group discipline and a sustained strategy of energy depletion. The lion is the only big cat that lives within a complex social structure, forming proud groups across the African grasslands. Yet standing at the top of the predator hierarchy does not mean immunity from resistance. Every encounter becomes a lesson in distance, timing, and the limits of strength. Through these confrontations, experience is forged, along with the composure and confidence of a true ruler. Because on the grasslands, even a king must grow through challenge. As each encounter comes to a close, venomous snakes continue to reveal a power built on silence and cold precision. They do not dominate through noise, but through patience and strikes timed to the exact moment. Across grasslands, deserts, and deep forests, each appearance is enough to shift the balance. If these survival moments feel compelling, consider leaving a like on the video. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel to keep exploring the unforgiving world of the wild ahead.